We've got Mega Man 5 Legacy Collection Rush only with HatchetMansMyth here.
How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing pretty well, and I think everybody else in chat is as well.
Perfect.
So on that note, I will leave you to this, and good luck.
All right, appreciate it. How's everybody doing today? I'm HatchetMansMyth, and we're going to be running Mega Man 5 using only Rush Coil or Rush Jet. They will be equipped the entire time. So each boss fight is going to take 28 shots. And yeah, I guess we're just going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to start off with the traditional speedrun route, going Starman first. He's got some crazy gravity physics going on in his stage. First section here, I call these little flying macaronis because they look like little kids' craft macaroni pieces. Oh. Alright. This section coming up here, gotta try to avoid these spikes here. Oh, off to a bad start. And my apologies, I'm a terrible commentator, so bear with me, guys. The menu, just so I don't jump on him and get jumped into the spikes, because that will certainly end his life. Calling head guys there, alright. Alright, and we are at the first boss fight. Now he brings up a star shield that you can't shoot through unless you're extremely close to him. And he'll either jump and pause up in the air and throw it at you, or he'll just continuously jump towards you like that with his little star guy, which I prefer because I feel like I can get more hits in on him with the Buster. I'm pretty sure that if you're playing the actual traditional speed run, I think it's a lot better. Pretty sure it's a lot better if he hangs up in the air. I'm not entirely sure. I don't run this the traditional way. Alright, first bot master down. Yeah, Rush is there for moral support. He just kind of hangs out and watches. Alright, and we get Starman's power, which is absolutely useless to us. It's just another item to menu through to get to Rush. And we'll move up to Grab, where we'll be running on the ground, we'll be running on the ceiling. Lots of fun. Also, with the Legacy Collection, there is a turbo button that you can use that fires all 3 of your shots. Comes in handy, especially when doing rushed only, because if you just push the shoot button once, it'll just drop the dog and fire no lemons. So if you need a shot right away, the turbo button is definitely your friend. Ooh, bad squishy. Just lots of lasering the enemies here. I'm actually pretty low on life. I gotta be careful in this fight, because a hug from Gravity Man is devastating. he's the only of the first 8 Robo Masters that has a set path. He just runs the same path each time. No RNG with him, just a basic figure 8 pattern back and forth, trying to avoid his lemons. And Rush just sitting there. But these boss fights are absolutely tedious. 28 shots for every single one. Oop, almost gave him a hug. Oh man, we're shooting a little premature there. It happens. Alright, and he's down. Alright, now we're going to move on to Gyro Man, where when you defeat him, you get Rush Jet, which will come into play a little later. Okay. This can be a pretty sketchy level at times. It all depends on where you line up with these guys, because if you're close enough to them, you can shoot through their shield. But if you happen to not be close enough to them, they'll just bounce off. And could ruin your day. Skip that health. Oh, we didn't want to slide that way. Lots of neat rush tech going on. Oh, we're supposed to kill that guy. Another squishy. And the fun part. Alright, we got it. Let's go. And the even funner part. Gotta be careful not to head bonk these spikes, because that's no fun. Quick case of insta-death. Alright. Alright, and we're at the Gyro Man fight, where he will either run and hide up in the clouds, or he'll throw his little gyros at me, which I prefer he sit here and throw his gyros at me, because I can get a lot more hits on him. He's actually being really nice. Oh man, except for my rush jet, or my coil's in the way there. Get him out of there. Okay, come on. Oh man, he's just running away. There we go. And he's down. Okay. And we are moving on to Crystal Man, where there's actually a skip that you can do on the first screen that will skip you down into the corridor of Crystal Man, but we're not going to do that today, mostly because we don't know how. Alright. So we're going to play the entire level. This part is a pain. These crystals are very unforgiving. Alright, come on Eddie, how about a juice box? And we got a juice box. Let's hear it for Eddie. Oh, whoops. This is not going over very well. What? What? There it is. We got him. Oh man, yeah, this section has ended many of my runs. Alright. Free juice box, let's go. Come up here and grab the M tank. And with M tanks, you can only ever have one. So if you have one in your possession, you won't see any M tanks at any of the other stages. Oh man, so many pickups. Alright. And on to Crystal Man. Fight is to stay as close to him as possible, otherwise he will fire those 4 balls at you, which are no fun. So you basically just hang out underneath him while he jumps over you, like Toad Man in Mega Man 4. There we go. Ooh. Helps if you shoot the correct way. Does a lot more damage. Uh-oh. And he's down. Good boy. Alright. Right, and we'll move on to Napalm Man, where we will finally utilize Rush Jet. And we will fly over the Bengal Tigers. Let's face it, those guys suck. We're gonna try and get a 2 drill cycle. Oh, we got it, alright. If you go slow, there will be another one that pops up there at the end and it will destroy you. Get the safety E-tank. Alright, and we're off. Fly over this guy. And this guy. Okay, and over Squishy. underneath the cone heads. Alright, and we're off. That was actually a pretty decent stage. And this guy, you get close enough to him and all he'll do is he'll throw his grenades at you and you can just kind of figure eight. And I'm not sure if this is the way this fight goes in the traditional speedrun, but it's the easiest way for me that I have found to kill him, shooting just lemons. You don't gotta worry about ducking or jumping his lasers. Okay. Moving on to Stone Man. Pretty much, except to use Crystal Eye, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess I kind of remember that. I've been through this game more times rush only than I have normal. Oops, missed our jump. Alright. Okay. That part always gave me the toughest time, mostly because I didn't realize I could slide across that section there. So I'd always jump and get hit, and half the time I'd fall down into the pit. Man, we hit every single one of those helmet heads. Awesome. Alright, get close enough to those shield guys. Shoot through them. Oops. There we go. Grab this safety E-tank, hopefully. Nope. We'll just go ahead and fly over. Piece of candy from Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. We'll fly the rest of the way over the stage. And into the Stone Man fight. Where you can only hit him if you're in the air, I'm pretty sure, because yeah, if you're just standing there, either you or him has to be in the air, I think. Hit him, and we gotta be really careful here, we're gonna die. If I was smart, I would E-tank it, but I need those. Alright, we got him. Let's go. Alright. Moving on to Charge Man, aka Choo Choo Man. Aka the worst robot master of Mega Man 5. Oh man, we're missing our jump shots here. Alright. We forgot to shoot. I need some health. I probably shouldn't have been flying. I'm gonna die. But we're not. But we're not. Get the A just because. Get out of my way, Rush. Get out of my way, Rush. You're helping nobody now. Alright, and we are at charge, man. Whom you can only hit if he's walking. And he will randomly charge at you, like that. And it sucks. Or he'll fire his little choo-choo thing that drops 3 fireballs down on you. That are sometimes non-avoidable. We're going to use our M tanks. We can get another one later. And hopefully I can finish out without having to use another one. And we're going to get hit. And it's completely random as to where those fireballs drop. And he's down. All right, we got him. We got him. Moving on. Okay, moving on to Wave Man. You know, we are right on pace. Our PB for this is 1 hour and 3 minutes and 34 seconds, and we are right there. We have had 1 deathless run of Rush only, and that was it, and I don't even think that was my PB run. But anyways, moving on to Wave Man. Damage boost through the first section. Grab the health. And piece of candy. Let's go. Oops. I'm supposed to clear that last guy, but that's alright. And the bubble ride. I gotta be careful not to soft lock up here at the wave bike. We'll just walk. And this section here has ended quite a few of my runs, but it is the only spot that you aren't actually equipped as Rush. But you can still only shoot lemons. Alright, a little octopus guy or squid or whatever the heck he is. There we go. Dude, I apologize, guys, for the terrible commentary. I'm not a talker.
Personally, I think you're doing a fantastic job. Must be a lot an easier way. Sorry, I had the playback. Must be a lot easier to do the commentary this time than it was on the treadmill last year.
Oh goodness, yes. Yeah, I certainly couldn't. I had to have Treble, the Guitar Hero percent. He commentated my treadmill run last year. Ooh,
So next year we'll see both of your powers combine, treadmill and guitar.
the treadmill guitar rush percent. Holy man, that would be insane. Now with Wave Man, you can shoot through his little waves as long as your arm is extended through it. Otherwise, it'll just bounce off like so. There's just a lot of jumping over his arrows and firing. Try not to get hit by his water that sprouts up underneath you. And 8 robos down. Okay, that's a 2608, the first 8 Robot Masters. And we're moving on to the Dark Man stages. Oh, I hate that jump. Okay, we're good. Alright, we made it past the tigers. That section destroys me. Oh, man. Quick refill. And switch to jet. And over the spikes. Oh, and we avoided all those bombs, which doesn't happen very often. More spikes to rush over, as long as we make our jumps correct. Alright. Good on life, so we'll just go. Now this boss, I've never actually been able to beat going rush only without using an E-tank or an M-tank. It's just something I'm unable to do. The beginning is all fine because he moves all slow, but then he gets close to you and he just charges you like Charge Man does. And every time you hit him, he'll fire another shot at you. But he starts moving faster and faster. Take one more hit. Yeah, didn't see that coming. Alright, E-tank. Yeah, I hate this boss the most in this entire game. But we're gonna get him. Let's go. As Rush dive bombs him there at the end. Alright. This stage gives me the most trouble out of the game. There's a section that I die on almost every single time. But we're gonna come get the safety M-tank since we used our last one. Alright. Alright, and this is the section. Treadmills with ceiling spikes and just not a good time. And landing on rush, or doing that, it's just absolutely devastating. And it happens almost every time. So we're going to go back to the beginning of the stage and try again. Alright, here we go. Take two. Okay. Ooh, piece of candy. Let's go. Oops. Meant to slide. Let's go. Get a little bit of rush power out of that guy, but that's fine. We're gonna come get this E-tank. Oh, maybe. Alright. And we're off. There we go, I'll take that. Oops. All right. We made it. This guy, all he does is walk back and forth with his little force fields. And if you're close enough to him, you can shoot through his force fields. Otherwise, you gotta wait until they are in front and behind him to actually damage him. But all he's gonna do is walk back and forth. These are pretty easy fight. As long as you can hit him right. Man down, let's go. That was a pretty good one. Okay, moving on to Proto. Proto, Dark Man, whatever you want to call him. Uh-oh, we're going sideways, guys. That's not what I wanted. Alright, that works too, though. Ooh, piece of candy. With candy, by the way. Alright, I'll take that life. Ooh, alright, we made it. I don't have much rush yet. I think we're not gonna fly over this section. Oh shit! Oh shoot! Okay, alright. botched it, but we're right back where we started, so that's fine. That's fine. We are, however, going to fly up to this E-tank. Normally, we'd just fly over those guys, but that ain't happening this time. Woo! That was pretty smooth. I like that a lot. Oh, well, we did that wrong. We did that wrong, so we're going to come back down here. We're supposed to murder this guy. That's right. That's right, I remember now. Come on, guys, give me stuff. Give me blue stuff. Okay. This guy will either jump and shoot balls at you, or he'll shoot rings at you that will freeze you in place, that really bite. As long as you can time your jumps just right, you can jump over them. And that was not a good time jump. Oop, we got nailed. Oh, we got nailed again! The rush just sit there not doing anything. Alright, and we got him. Let's go. Alright, and we move on to the Darkman fight. This section you got to be careful not to squish yourself or spike yourself or squish and spike yourself. Alright. Oh, you know what I did, guys? I didn't switch to rush. That's what I didn't do. We'll just pretend I did. It's fine. This is fine. You've been blinking this whole time. Perfect. I'm glad. You guys are amazing. And the infamous L tank, that is the only one you will see. Oh, and I guess since we're out of rush, we don't get the presence of the dog this time. And this guy, he'll either shoot his balls at you, or he'll shoot his force fields at you. And there's no saying which one he's going to shoot at you. You know what, we'll use... We can have a doggy out with us. Oopsie. Oh, I meant to slide and not jump. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Alright, Andy's down. Alright, we're good, we're good. No doggy means runs out. That's why we had to get the doggy out there. We got the dog out there. And then the super long cutscene. And I'm not sure where any other Mega Man 5 runner splits here, but I split when Mega Man disappears. I think this entire cutscene takes like 50 seconds before you can actually enter a stage. All right, we're about 50 seconds. 50 seconds out. We finally have an answer to who let the dogs out. It was me. All right, we're on to the Wooly stages, where we get a courtesy E-Tank. If I would have used my M-Tank instead of an E-Tank, we'd have an M-Tank sitting right there. Ooh, piece of candy. Oh, we're gonna die! Oh, we're good. We're good. This is fine. Oh, piece of candy. Let's go. Yoink. And we're just gonna fly the rest of the way across these guys. And onto the Mega Man 4 Crushers. Oof, oof, I did not mean to slide right there. We almost ruined ourselves. Okay, we'll wait, and we'll go! Oh, don't die, don't die! Oh, gosh. Usually I just fly over those guys, but I drop my rush to get way too close to the ceiling. Oh, in this fight, yes. So you can only hit this boss when his eyes are open, and the only way his eyes are open is when you shoot those deals. So, you know what, we're gonna M-Tank it. It's when you shoot the little donuts that come flying out at you. Oop, oop. Oh man, we were just head bonking all of those guys. Oh, please stop! Whew. Oh, come on now. All right, we're safe. We got it. Let's go. Let's go. I hate that boss. All right, Wooly 2. Oops. And I opt to use Rush to get over those spikes, because that is a very ridiculous jump. And if you don't jump just right, you are going to spike yourself to death. Yes, to death. I'm going to fly over these guys instead of making those precise little jumps. Ooh, piece of candy. Look at that. We're just loaded with candy. More candy. Let's go. And damage boost off of that bat. Oh, but we don't want a damage boost off of all of that stuff? Come on. Just the bat. We get free health down here. We're good. Oh. That pit always gets me. I always think that there's going to be something flying out of there, and not once has anything ever flown out of there. But I still think it's going to happen one of these times. So I'm always prepared. Whoa, don't be doing that already. Oh, you know, I messed up. I forgot my cycle here. It's cool. It's cool. There we go, fixed. And we'll just try and do this over and over again until he's dead. If you do it right the first time, it would take 7 cycles. You could get it in less. I just haven't really practiced that. Yeah, I could come over here and do this business and get a couple more. I just haven't practiced that enough. Alright, and he's down. Alright, moving on to the refights. Gonna get another safety E-tank just because the Wily fight sucks. Yeah, keep throwing stuff. Oops, we jumped way too soon. Holy cow, can we get hit by every single one, please? That was incredible. He stayed down for a while. Proud of you, Gyro Man. Now he's gonna retreat up into the clouds. And he's down. And the Gravity Man figure 8. Let's go. You know what's not fair is his lemons do a heck of a lot more damage than my lemons do. What's up with that? Oh, got it. They got past the sides and mine are natural, huh? I like that. Hey. So far, so good. Oh. All right, Stone Man down. Whoa, whoa. Oh, whoops. Okay, down. Let's go. Crystal. Oh. Trying to avoid his lemons there, because his lemons also do a heck of a lot more damage. All right, crystal's down. Oops, we really did that wrong. We slid instead of jumped, and I was not prepared for that. Ooh. Ooh, and my shots are off. Rush, I'd really appreciate it if you'd bite him. No? And he's down. And back to Choo Choo Man. God, I hate this guy. Hey! No hugs. Alright, we're gonna get him. Let's go. And the squisher. This fight takes forever. You know, in fact, the rest of these boss fights take forever. $28 shots for every single. I'm pretty sure he can move back and forth between 5 and 13 times, and I think it's all random. Well, that was 14. And Rush also will not land on this thing because it's a moving platform, and he just doesn't hang out in moving platforms. Oh. Yeah, the last couple boss fights are the most boring because there's nothing going on. You're just literally just waiting. Which is a killer when you're going for a fast time. Waiting is no good. Alright, 3 more and we're good. And uno mas. Alright. Now we move on to the final stage. Let's go. Alright, and we are at the skull machine. He sucks and throws balls at you. Lots to avoid here. Oh, red sticks at you. Come on, quit landing on your dog. Stop, man. You're wasting all my jet. Alright, we're gonna E-tank it. We're at the final fight here. Dr. Woolley. Oop. We're going to utilize Rush Coil and Rush Jet until they run out to hit him when he's up high, or at least attempt to hit him when he's up high. Or else you're going to be doing even more waiting. And we will M-tank it, fill them guys back up. It's an absolute pain when you run out of Rush Coil or Rush Jet, because you have to wait for him to come down low for you to hit him. But he's actually cooperating quite well. I haven't jumped into him too many times yet. Oh, as we jump into him right away. Had to go ahead and say something. Oh. Okay, we're out of coil. Jet's turn. Ooh. Oh, we jumped into him. We're gonna just for good measure here, use an E-tank. We got plenty to spare. Okay, one more. And it will end on final hit. Boom. And that is Mega Man 5 Rush only, and we actually got a PB. A 2-second PB. Let's go. Oh man, and thank you for the GGs, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out and enjoying this Game Over Cancer marathon that Strizer has put on. This is my second year doing it, and I greatly appreciate the opportunity to be able to do a run for you guys. Yeah. So that is Mega Man 5, and go only.